So now that you have a little bit of background about what Ally is doing behind the scenes with checking the content and coming up with the accessibility score, we'll talk now about the alternative formats that Ally will make available. So the alternative formats will, in most cases, provide a more accessible version of the content without the faculty member having to do anything to the original. So I always have to talk a little bit more here, and I always use the phrase most cases because it is dependent on the original content and whether one or more of the alternative formats is able to fix an issue that is in the original content. Ally will provide an OCR'd PDF alternative format when the original file used is a scanned PDF that is not already OCR'd. So there's going to be a pretty big increase in the accessibility with that alternative format being made available compared to the original file. So for Word documents and PowerPoints, there will be a tagged PDF alternative format that's listed for users to download locally. What's included as tags within that format is going to be dependent on the original Word document and PowerPoint. So the example I always give is if we have a Word document, but we haven't defined a heading structure within that Word document, when we generate the tagged PDF, we're not going to have a bookmark structure that we often would expect with a tagged PDF. Because there's nothing defined in the original Word document, Ally doesn't try to decide this is where a heading should be, or maybe somebody uses bolding text or changing the font size to visually indicate that it's supposed to be a heading, but they don't use the proper heading feature in Word to indicate a heading. Ally isn't going to look at a font size increase as meaning it should be a heading level and automatically convert it into something. So that's where the original content has a big impact, and it'll be up to the content creator to decide how to resolve that issue. Another example is images, missing image descriptions. The alternative formats don't automatically make something that's 100% accessible. It is very much dependent on the original file. Now, what it definitely provides is different ways for learners to make use of the content. The ability to select and download an alternative format is going to be right next to where that file or that content is being used. It will present the options in front of the user, and they'll be able to select what they want, and they're saving the file locally. This is available for both students and instructors. We think of it mostly as students that are going to be generating the alternative formats and downloading it locally, but instructors can generate alternative formats for their content. It's not listed on here, but Ally is only checking and evaluating faculty or basically non-student role added content. So if a student uploads a file for an assignment, Ally isn't checking it for accessibility. It doesn't go into the scoring of the course, but that also means that it doesn't provide alternative formats for anything that students submit. It is at this time only faculty added content. The way that it's integrated, the hope is it doesn't interrupt any existing workflows, and what we mean by that is that it will can be in line with where that content's being used, present the options right in front of the Learn environment, save what you want, and then it will take you right back to where you were within the Learn course. So it's not redirecting you to some other environment, causing you to log in there, maybe losing your place on the Learn side. It's all integrated seamlessly with the LMS experience. A technical aspect to be aware of is while Ally's evaluated and scored all of the content within the environment, it doesn't generate every single alternative format for every single file it's evaluated. It does wait for an end user to select a specific alternative format of a file. It will actually connect back to the Learn environment to ensure that it's getting the latest version of the file, and then will generate whatever alternative format they selected. Once it generates that alternative format, it will store that on the Ally side system for up to 30 days. And that 30 days is going to slide based on another user asking for the same alternative format for that same file. People sometimes worry that these alternative formats are being stored in the LMS. They're not. They're all stored on the Ally side system.